Action. Wait, don't start with that. Alright, welcome to like episode 7. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm wearing my mask. Alright, welcome to like episode 7. Welcome to like episode 7.
Welcome to like episode 7.
As you can see, I get bullied on my own podcast by my own co-host. And today we have a special guest, Elias. Elias, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Elias, and I am here on this podcast to apparently yell.
Because, well, as you guys can see, our mics are a little low budget, if you will. So the sound quality isn't necessarily the best, or at all. Alright, so, co-host and guest. Alright, no, for real though. Alright, so we came here to talk about one thing and one thing only. The guy who looks like me, yay. Now, we did an episode with, what's the guy's name, Nor?
Yeah,
Nori. On Drink Champs. What was the other guy's name?
FN, DJ FN.
Thank you.
EFN.
Yeah, and before we get started, I just want to talk about, I mean, I know you said Nori does it with all the other guests, but
Yeah.
he was riding Kanye's dick, because every time Kanye would say anything or do anything, it was like, gotta go block it.
But he really does. Yeah, he really, I mean, that's the whole premise of the show, is Drink Champs. They do that after every time, like,
I know,
you know what I mean?
but it was kind of annoying.
It is, but it's like, you know,
It's
it
excessive.
can get annoying, especially when, like, the guest, especially like Kanye did in this episode, in my opinion, says a lot of bullshit. But, like, the thing is, like, they do it because, like, anybody they get on the podcast is somebody who, like, in their eyes, they consider to be, like, a legend.
No, I understand that.
So,
But the thing is, sometimes I felt like it was excessive, and he would like
Yeah.
interrupt Kanye while he was speaking.
Yeah, that is true, but also it was on Kanye too, because he wasn't matching their energy. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's because
Because-
Kanye's Kanye.
I know Kanye's Kanye, but like that, like if he knew, like that's the energy that they bring in that podcast. Like that's like their thing.
No,
You know
I
what mean?
understand that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, it's annoying.
I don't know. I didn't really
Yeah.
find it that annoying. It's just I like it because it's different from other podcasts. You know what I mean? Like
Our podcast is better.
Yeah.
We can't get Ye, but we can get Elias.
I also rap EK, so you already know what it is.
Shout out your SoundCloud or something like that.
Find me on all platforms, EK, E.K. Got a picture of me when I had like a big ass afro, and yeah, I got the 2 EPs, well, one mixtape, one EP out, so check that shit out.
What? Okay. What's the difference between a mixtape and an EP?
Well, the thing is, a mixtape, like, on that you can use like other people's beats on songs that have already been used.
So other instrumentals.
And,
because
yeah,
You don't gotta
like you can make like
clear.
3
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Although the thing is, people kind of like blur that definition. And that's
Yeah.
like what the traditional
Right.
definition of it is. But I mean, like, you know, like if you're reading this, it's too late. It's apparently a mixtape, but it's like, is it really a mixtape? I don't know.
And like now, I feel like there isn't really much of a difference between a mixtape and an album.
Yeah,
Like it's really
right.
just whatever the artist wants to call it.
Yeah.
But I know like an EP is just like shorter.
Yeah, right.
So it's usually like 7 or less.
I always wondered that. Also, like a playlist, like what quantifies something as a playlist, but not an album?
When you just want to be like Drake. You just want to be like, I'm Drake, so I can do anything I want because I'm Drake.
More like just an album. I don't care.
Yeah. But so.
Alright.
Yeah, I never heard anyone else call
Their project that's playing.
Yeah, Drake's
Alright, now I guess we should talk about the actual interview. Now, my favorite part that honestly made me laugh was when you were talking about how there's a bunch of different Ye's or Kanye's in the industry now, and he was comparing the other artists to him, like the hit makers like Drake and stuff like that. And he said, you know, the guy that he got to replace me as a homeless guy is J. Cole, and then he just kept going, and that just cracked me up.
He didn't say the homeless guy.
Yeah, he did.
No, he said backpack.
No,
That's-
I'm not talking. I'm talking about the backpack thing. I'm talking about how J. Cole's homeless. I'm talking about J. Cole. So he compared J. Cole to the homeless version of Ye.
I don't remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah, I
shit,
remember that
that
part,
shit
yeah,
killed me.
yeah.
I remember he was like, Tyler, better videos, Rocky dress better,
Yeah.
J. Cole backpack, Kendrick, better bars.
No, I said the homeless, because the backpack was a different thing, no?
I don't know.
It don't even matter.
Yeah. I mean,
I
that
think
would be funny. That would be funny.
I he said J. Cole was like a backpack rapper.
Yeah.
He also called him maybe both, but he definitely called him homeless too.
Did you see that on like a meme or something? I feel like that would be something a Kanye fan would like make a meme of.
No, it was in the video, like the YouTube one.
Okay.
I
don't remember that part.
Yeah. But you were saying though?
Oh, that was all.
that part was interesting.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to see like all the people who he like
Says he like influenced.
says he influenced. Most of them I can see the influence. Some of them though I can't. Like I don't know if Kendrick is necessarily that influenced by Kanye. But like early Cole definitely very influenced by Kanye.
Yeah.
Then Rocky, Tyler.
I mean, all these guys have said like, yeah, I've been influenced by Kanye. You know.
Yeah.
Like some of their like, I know Tyler for sure has said like some of my favorite albums are like Kanye albums and stuff.
Yeah.
Even though Tyler listens to like a wide variety of things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Alright, what else did you talk
You're
about?
making this weird,
I
bro.
didn't
Why
speak
are
up.
you awkward?
I didn't just speak up.
This is the presentation, okay?
I just speak up.
No, I know.
You just made it awkward.
No, I'm not.
He also talked about the versus thing.
Oh, yeah,
And how he
the
just like
versus.
he would need like to go against like different producers, artists, like all at the same time.
I find it like interesting though that you still, even though like him and Jay-Z's relationship is like pretty different now than it was back then when they were first like coming out. Like he still has so much like respect for Jay-Z that he was like, nah, I can't go against Jay-Z. That's my boss.
Yeah.
But, like,
Right.
I thought that was interesting.
We also talking about his haircut.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
I remember what he said his barber name would be. I
Yeah.
can't say it. You gotta have to say it for me.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He said his barber name would be Edward Needham.
Oh my gosh.
That killed me.
Dude, like.
He said he sucked as a barber though. Like,
Oh.
after seeing his haircut,
Yeah.
I see that. But he said,
Yeah.
He was the one who cut it himself.
no, he
No,
said at first he
no.
got like another guy to do it, like a really like famous barber, like I think somewhere in Europe. I forget exactly where.
Yeah.
And then he said that the guy didn't even charge him for the haircut because he felt so bad. He was like, I can't believe I just did this to Kanye. But like that's what Kanye wanted. So
I don't know, bro. I don't know. What was I gonna say? What do you think about like the whole homeless?
Oh, that's, I think we're getting like that confused because he did talk about homelessness.
Homelessness
Like, he was saying, like,
and home thing.
Yeah.
like his home is just his daughter,
Yeah.
but his house is like this is backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Definitely some rich people shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it because he's just moving around a lot, which like let's be honest, I feel like we all wish we could do that. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't like stay in one
Yeah.
place and he just travels the world and like he's like so famous and has just so many connections that like whenever he goes to a city, like somebody like finds out like, oh bro, you can stay in one place.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fire too.
That would be a cool way to live. Although the thing is, like, he kind of showed how he was like in like kind of a bubble a little. He was like, saying, some people want to be homeless.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know about that.
The thing is like, yeah, he's homeless, but he always
Yeah.
has a good place
always
to
has a place to
stay.
stay,
Yeah.
And like $1 billion in his bank account.
Yeah,
so, like,
billions, sorry.
Yeah.
Billions. No disrespect.
He has more money
Yeah.
than Drake, Jay-Z, fucking Travis Scott, Kim K
Kid
combined.
Cudi.
Check the group chat.
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like those types of like flexes and all that, like the show, this interview was definitely like entertaining, and Kanye in this interview he was definitely like more coherent than he is in like
Yeah,
other interviews.
right.
But it still doesn't seem like he's in that good of like a mental spot.
Dude,
Like,
I think
feel
he
like
did-
if you're
I think
in like,
Right.
if you're in a mental spot where you feel the need to just like get all these people who you consider like your friends or like important to you and just be like, ha, I got more money to you than you, so don't talk to me this kind of way.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
it doesn't seem like everything's.
Dude, I think he did this interview because he's in like one of those like, you know, manic episodes that we usually see. You know what I mean?
Maybe. I didn't feel like I got that.
Because
Like,
the thing is, I don't know. I feel like he's had like kind of an asshole, cocky attitude, which he sometimes has in those. But like, I feel like in other times, you know, it's been. I guess you know, there's different levels of severity with it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know anyone who has like bipolar, so I don't know like how it's like. But I mean, this interview, even though he said some wild shit, I don't think it's like near the top of like the most like outlandish things he said. And he seemed to be, he didn't seem to be like that like irritable, angry, or like paranoid or something
Right.
like that.
That's true.
that's why I'm like, I felt like this was just Kanye.
Yeah.
Like, if you ever watched the Joe Rogan one, which if you haven't, don't even bother. It was so boring. I didn't even watch it. It was like so boring. Did you watch it?
I watched like
I didn't.
15 minutes.
It
of
was
it.
really boring. It was really boring. Like Joe Rogan just let him talk like nonstop and like. That one was like, that one I was just like, what the fuck is this dude talking about?
Right,
Like this one he
right.
actually seemed like, I didn't get that. Like I seemed like, this just seemed like Kanye to me.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah, he has a crazy haircut, so maybe.
Yeah. I think for me it's because sometimes like I would lose the conversation.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like.
That's how it was like the Joe Rogan one was like.
Yeah, you know, like sometimes I would like. I'd be like, okay, what are they talking about now? You know what I mean? Like, I would get lost and then I would have to rewind and be like, oh, they're going back to this. You know what I mean? Like,
I kinda go.
Yeah, I feel like even like Nori, he was like lost.
Yeah.
You could see sometimes like he kind of
Right.
just jumped one thing, he'd be sitting there like.
yeah. I think it's also just alcohol.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
alcohol
that's
too.
true.
Because they were starting to drink a lot. Like the last like hour or so of the first episode, they were like chugging it down, bro. Yeah.
I also liked how Nori was super confused when Kanye was trying to explain to him what shadow band was.
Oh yeah.
Which for those who don't know, because before I watched that podcast, I actually didn't know what it was. But it's basically like, even though he was tweeting and people like followed Kanye, nobody like got his notifications or nobody saw him actually pop up on their feed.
Yeah.
That's kind of what shadow band means. And like Nori was just like, I don't understand.
Right. Right. Oh, I was gonna say, but what do you guys think about like the whole Pusha T, Big Sean thing?
Okay, even though that was funny,
Yeah.
like if you think about it, he did Big Sean so dirty. And it shows like how Kanye is like a hypocrite with a lot of the things he does. Because like the thing is, so first off, if you read like what Big Sean had to say after this happened, like
He
he
tweeted
said
something.
Yeah, he tweeted. He was like, I just saw this man at the Sunday service.
Yeah,
He
right,
him in
right.
food. Kanye's also had beef with before. And then you know, he also like said that Big Sean's coming at me saying, don't vote for me for president. But it's like Big Sean said, I never said that. And there's like actual interviews done at this time where Big Sean's like, man, I don't know, he can do what he wants, I just want him to be happy. So then for him to say that, and then for it to be like, you know, right as Big Sean leaves good music, it kind of seems like, you know, Kanye is just like mad that Big Sean loves good music, and is just like saying this shit now just to like make it up.
I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny though. And the thing is, it's like, you know, Big Sean, even though he's like a better artist now, earlier in his career, he was pretty trash. So like, you know, some Big Sean bars, you read one of those, and then you say, I deserve to be here because I signed Big Sean. It's like,
And when he was like, he should have never came out with Ass as his first like single. Yeah.
Nah,
I remember that part. Yeah. But I don't know. I think I understand a lot of things that Kanye said, but like throughout the interview, it was like he was like trying to be humble, but like the shit that he was talking about was not humble, and like he was just like, I'm not trying to start beef, but then it sends like a whole group chat thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I like that he gave Common his flowers when you were talking about Common or was it Paulie?
Oh yeah.
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 And I was like, yeah, 'cause, you know,
Right, yeah.
I like Pop,
I'm glad they still have a good relationship.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
we don't know if they do or not, because he didn't really say it. But then the
Well,
thing is, it's like.
But the way he was talking
Because
about
when he
it,
talks about
then
something-
he said right after, only thing I don't like about him is he works for the Democrats.
No, but the thing is, like, when Kanye doesn't like somebody, especially in this interview, he lets it be known.
Right,
you know?
right.
Cause like he beefed with, he was talking about how he didn't like Quali, and how Quali was just like a knockout version of him or something like that. And like,
He said the knockout version of him was like Swiss Beats.
oh, was that?
Yeah, not Swiss Beats, Just Blaze.
Just
Sorry,
Blaze,
yeah. Which that was crazy. It's like Just Blaze, like you listen to his beats all the time. They sound so much different than Kanye. It's like Just Blaze, he always has like harder hitting on drums than Kanye does.
Yeah.
So it's like it's easy to tell them apart. So
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing with that. But then the thing with Quali also shows how much Kanye is a hypocrite. Because it's like, with Big Sean and with John Legend, right? He was saying like, oh man, I put them on, I signed them, and then this is how they treat me by not supporting my insane, not thought out at all presidential campaign.
Yeah.
But then, Quali is the dude that put Kanye on in terms of being a rapper, because nobody was taking him serious, on the Rockefeller and stuff like that. But him and Mos Def were. And then Kanye is just like, Quali, I never fuck with your ass.
Yeah.
Ever.
He did say about Black Star, cause Quali and
Yeah,
what was the
yeah.
guy? He had that collab album, which was
Yeah.
solid actually.
Yeah, no, but that's so weird, because then one sentence he'll say, I never fuck with your ass. But then in the next sentence he'll say, by the way, you are an integral part of the best album since Dark Fantasy. And he's like, wait, what? And then he said, he never liked backpack rap.
Yeah.
And he said I never liked
Explain what
backpack.
that is.
Okay, so backpack rap, normally what that is kind of what's seen as traditional quote unquote conscious rap, where it's oh man, we're out here, we care about the real bars, the real hip hop. We're focusing on things with meaning, empowerment to black society and stuff like that. And I got my third eye open, and it's rap is kind of more underground. And rappers like Mos Def, Common, Talib Kweli, all are considered to be backpack, even a Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, Kanye, you in the college dropout, one of the big things is I'm you got a Benz and a backpack, so it's I'm combining the mainstream with the backpack rap.
Yeah.
But if what he's saying in this interview is true, he just admitted that he doesn't actually give a shit about backpack rap, and was just trying to do that combination for clout. Which is I feel like that's not true. I feel like he's saying that out of anger at Quali, but still, that's a shitty thing to say.
Right.
And it's it proves that either way he's a liar, because it's either he was lying about actually liking backpack rap all these years and making quote unquote backpack music, because Kanye he still had, even though he was always mainstream, his music had backpack elements until
At least the first three.
Yeah.
At least the first three albums.
So either he's lying about liking that style of music,
Right.
or he's pretending that he never liked it in the first place, just to throw everything he can at Quali, who he doesn't like, because Quali is dissing him for legitimate reasons. And Quali is problematic in himself as well, but with what's going on with in this situation, it's I think he's in the right.
Yeah.
So I know he talked about Kim K being on SNL.
Yeah.
What y'all think? And he said that's still his wife.
Yeah, it's still his wife.
But Pete Davidson is fucking his wife.
I don't know about fucking no.
Nah, bro.
I think
No.
it got confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really seen holding hands and
Yeah.
so what do you
Bro.
think, bro? They just going out to dinner?
Pete Davidson just a rebound though. Let's be honest.
Oh, here's the thing. I wish I was Pete Davidson in the
Yeah. But I mean, he's just a rebound though.
You think he cares?
But also Kim K was reportedly with Kanye 2 months ago or something like that too, right?
I mean, they're always
Not right now.
They're always gonna be have to be with each other
Because of the
have kids,
yeah,
have children.
yeah. But do you think he's lying about like the whole divorce papers thing? Like,
No, because I can see him not signing those.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's messy. And it's just like pretty wild. Like he's like, she's still my wife.
Yeah, like I think
Bro,
he's
you
still.
like you were dating somebody else before
Yeah,
that.
I think he may be in denial. You know what I mean?
That's also possible.
Yeah, I think he's just in denial about it because like.
Maybe like half in denial, but I also think that I wouldn't be surprised if they're like legally not divorced but just separated.
Right,
Yeah, I
right.
think divorce is like take like a while.
Or open
That's true.
relationship.
I mean, I heard a rumor that
That's
they
a
were
Will
in.
Smith shit.
I heard a rumor that they were in an open relationship before the divorce.
Oh really?
Yeah. Which I mean would make sense considering like in Kanye's music like Virgil Abloh and shit, how much he talks about like fucking other girls.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel bad for Kanye because this man simped over Kim K, bro. Since like when he was with Amber Rose, like, bro, you know. So I feel kind of bad for him. I think he's just in denial.
Yeah, I feel a little bad for him, but then also it's like at the same time, you know, when you see kind of like what Kanye's been doing over like the past year, that stuff, I also feel a little bad for like Kim as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like you got to deal with like this like fucking president shit.
Yeah.
It's like
And his old tweets. Because I remember even Nori said, like, let's be honest, he's tweeting some crazy shit. And then I remember Kanye was just like, he didn't say anything, but I could feel his energy in that moment, kind of like, bitch.
Yeah. That's what I like about Nori is that he was like real.
No,
with
yeah.
The whole thing, you know what I mean? But yeah. What was I gonna say? The thing about he was talking about like mental health and stuff like that, and how like sometimes he felt like invalidated because like he would say some like shit and everyone would be like, oh, he's just crazy, you know, like he's just on his crazy shit right now, you know what I mean? Like I think partially like, and he was saying that like my shit shouldn't be invalidated just because like like he knows he's gonna say some crazy shit, but it shouldn't be invalidated just because he has mental health issues, you know what I mean? And I definitely agree with that, even though, I mean,
He do be saying
he
some
do
crazy
be
shit.
saying some crazy shit, you know what I mean? Like, the whole thing about, like, he was starting to go into, like, the Black History Month thing. I was just like,
What did he say about that again?
He was just saying that it shouldn't be celebrated because, it's celebrating, like, I could see where he was coming from, but it's just
Sometimes the way he words his things.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It seems like Kanye, like, he wants to forget about, you know, kind of like he wants to forget about, like, you know, kind of like prior, like, black leaders, like, you know, and just, like, black history somehow. He thinks it's, like, dragging, like, us down, but it's, like, you know, it's, like, remembering, like, the leaders is, like, you know, important to, like, you know, like, you know, keep people's, like, morale up, you know, to keep people's, like, morale up, and, you know, to, you know, keep, like, you know, just a general sense of, like, you know, achievement, and, you know, like, these are the things that we should be, like, fighting for and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's, like, you know, to just continuously, he was even doing that, like, you know, and I mean, the whole, like, presidential rally thing, like, you know, it's like, should we take anything he said there, like, is that really what he meant? Because he was obviously a man to say that, but, like, in that, before you start talking about, like, abortion and stuff, which we can talk about his views on abortion in a bit, like, what he was saying was, like, Harriet Tubman did not free the slaves or something. I was like, what are you talking about?
What was I gonna say? I don't agree that Black History Month should not be eliminated, but I think what he was trying to say was that, like, we should, like, our society is so caught up in the bad things that have happened in the past 400 years with slavery and, you know, like, not saying that there hasn't been good leaders and stuff like that, right? In the past 400 years, but he was just saying that, like, sometimes, like, we get too entrenched like as a society in the bad parts, and like he was just trying to say that, you know, like I want to be part of like the future, like I want to push, you know, like I don't know how to explain it. I don't know.
You want to like push things forward.
Push things forward. You know what I mean?
So,
Yeah.
like to create a better future, you have to learn from the mistakes of the
Right.
past, or else we just repeat the same mistakes. And I mean that's just a problem like America has. In
Yeah.
general. Like look at everything that's been happening in the past few years.
Mm.
So.
What do you think about it? He's calling himself like an innovator, and like putting him in the same. He put himself in the same stratosphere of like a lot of like. Am I really talking that soft?
You guys are talking like just each other, but you guys gotta remember the camera, the mic already sucks, and it's farther away than you. So we gotta like speak up.
Okay. What was I gonna say? What do you think about like him putting himself in like the stratosphere of like Jeff Bezos and Elon and like Virgil and like all these fashion
That's just a
icons?
Kanye thing. Kanye like. Well, actually, I was gonna make a different point, but you brought in Virgil. But it's like with people like Bezos and Zuckerberg and all that. Kanye, ever since like the Yeezus era, he's had this thing of like idolizing like white billionaires and like just saying like, I am just like them. You see me out here doing this, and it's like, I mean, he is a billionaire in himself, but then that gets into like the whole thing of like, should being a billionaire even be a thing that we like strive to do?
Right.
But it's just interesting, like Kanye with like this whole thing, he kind of shows like with like influential people, like with like influential like black people, when he's talking about like Black History Month and all that, and then also like even like in current day, like he just says like he always has like negative things to say about them, but then when it gets to like the Bezoses and all that, he's like nothing but praise.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of weird. It shows like his kind of work like ideas that he's been like having, which is like you've just been like seeing that ever since like the Yeezus era, like him like idolizing these like insanely rich like white people. So
I never like viewed it about like that at all.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like I just never noticed that. But now that you pointed out, like I kind of agree with that. He never like really speaks bad about like Elon Musk or like Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
But I guess does he really speak bad about Jay-Z? I mean, I know they've had their like little beefs, but like.
I mean, yeah, that's true. He doesn't like speak like necessarily like bad about like Jay-Z, but it's like just in general, like he always just wants to strive to be like these very very like rich like billionaires that are like the Amazons, the Facebooks and all that, and it's like it's just like, is that a thing we should really be striving for? It's Kanye, like he always says like, I want to do all of this to improve society. It's like, are Amazon and Facebook improving society? No.
What about the fashion thing?
The thing with that is, I guess like he is definitely one of the people that like go forward with that.
Yeah. Right.
And I guess like he could compare himself. He's like a Bezos or a Musk in that field, but I wouldn't say he's like a Bezos or like an Elon Musk in general. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like he was talking about Virgil, and apparently I didn't really know this because I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like follow fashion like that. But Virgil used to work with Kanye.
Yeah.
But then Virgil got what was that company?
Off-White.
Yeah, he got all that, and now Kanye like he admitted like he was jealous about that, and he kind of talked like a little shit, but like nothing. He wasn't crazy like the other people he would kind of talk shit about. Like it was kind of like it seemed to me like he was like a little salty, but like he respected it. At least that's how it came off to me.
Yeah, that's how it came out to me as well. And I know like Virgil and Kanye, they are like friends. But the thing is, in this interview, as we can see, like all these people who are like supposedly Kanye's friends, he'll just get on this podcast and just talk enormous amounts of shit about it. So
I don't know. I don't know. To me, I don't know. It seemed a little beefy just because they've had beef in the past, and it's because Kanye doesn't feel like Virgil gave him his flowers. You know what I mean? But also at the same time, like Virgil is such an innovator in the fashion industry, and like now he's like above Kanye. Like I'm gonna be honest, fashion wise, yeah. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. I've never really seen like Virgil's perspective on it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I will say just one thing.
Yeah.
You know how Virgil released like those off-white Air Force Ones?
Yeah.
Them bitches were trash. That's all I gotta say.
Virgil, I don't know. I feel like the off-white, it's like the whole off-white brand. It has some cool designs, but I feel like the overall thing, like the main point of it was like we're deconstructing fashion because we're putting quotation marks in front of like everything. It's like this is a shoe that you put on your foot, where with like your shoelaces, like they literally say like shoelaces on some of the shoelaces. I'm like, what?
But that's what fashion really is. You know what I mean? Like
fashion is whatever you want it to be.
Fashion is whatever, just like art.
That's
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like painting and drawing. Like that's why we see the crazy shit on like the fashion runways and fashion week because it's an art. You know what I mean? And
like, let's be honest, some of the Yeezy shoes are kind of what the fuck
yeah,
is this?
right. You know what I mean? And
like the 720s grew on me. Can't even lie.
Oh yeah, those are pretty fire. But it's like there's a difference between fashion and being able to dress good, you know, and having drip. You know what I mean?
Brands don't equal like having good fashion.
Right.
Because you can wear all the big name brands, but like look stupid.
Right.
And you can have a bunch of like fucking thrift, like throwback shit and look fly as fuck.
Right. That's why I even though I don't really like a lot of the off-white shoes that Virgil has done with Nike. I like some, but I appreciate his fashion forward thinking. You know what I mean? So,
But the Air Force Ones are just like different colored tags, and that's like
right. I think now it's
sometimes he gets a little lazy.
I think now it's a little diluted, and like honestly, it's just a name ideas.
It's like off-white. At this point, they're gonna off-white it. The off-whited the twos.
But the first original ones, they called it the 10, where they released like the ones, the Air Max 97s, the Air Force Ones. Those were fire, dude. I don't care what anybody says. I think those are fire and very innovative and very different, like iteration of classic shoes. You know what I mean? And that's what I really like about it. But now, like the whole dunks, like it released like 50 colorways of the dunks.
Oh, was it dunks? Yeah, it was. I forget, but there was one where it's like it was a different color tag, but it's the same shoe.
Like that stuff is like a couple of pairs would have been fine, but now it's just like you're trying to do every single Jordan and every single like Air Max.
Just Nike in general is doing too much. Like you release like a new colorway of the one every day, like the Jordan 1. It feels like I'm like it used to be like a lot more like exclusive, like rarer.
Exactly.
And now it's like you see anybody wearing one.
Even they're like retroing every single shoe now, and then releasing like multiple colorways of it, and it's just like if for me like a retro, it should be like they're re-releasing a lot of it's called ACG Club. Like they did they were big in the 90s with that, and like they're re-releasing a lot of it, and it's just like a lot of it is cool, but now it's like re-released plus 400 new colorways, and it's just like come on, you know what I mean? Like the point of a retro is supposed to be like nostalgia and like, oh man, like this is my only chance to get this, you know what I mean? But also looking at the other side of it, it's also expanding horizons to like a new generation who didn't know about like let's say ACG Club back in the 90s, you know what I mean?
But I hope, you know, it's cool the exclusivity,
right?
But what sucks is that the people who do end up getting the shoe are just the resellers.
Right.
And then the people who actually want to rock the shoe don't get a chance to buy it.
True. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I feel
Right.
like the shoes like always selling out like so fast, and you gotta
Yeah.
buy like some resale all the
Yeah, but
time.
even you mostly gotta buy them from resellers just because, well, Nike, your sneakers app, I will say, from what I've seen, has gotten a little better,
Yeah.
but it's still booty cheap.
Yeah.
I say this because I was actually able to get a pair of shoes from there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think, well, like, I think the resale game is still big.
It
but
is really big, but it's been kind of dying.
It's been kind of dying a little bit.
Which is
People
good
are
to
starting-
see.
Yeah, people are starting to get tired of it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like 2016, 2017,
Oh, like
it was
2018,
like
man.
the resale was just crazy
Stupid.
for every single drop. You know, and now it's like dying down. And like as I'm talking about this, I think that's also why Nike's releasing a lot of this like same shit, different colorway. Is so
Just like it drops it.
Right. And unfortunately, it's like diluting the, you know, what
The exclusivity,
the
like,
exclusivity,
the cool, not
the
coolness,
coolness.
but like the shoe. But
Right.
it's like we can't have anything nice. It's like
Right.
the release exclusivity kind of like we want it, and the
Yeah.
resellers fuck it up, then they give it for everybody. It's like, hey, well, this is too much.
Right. And that's what I was watching on this other podcast. I forgot what who it was, like some shoe designer, and he was talking about like how like you can't really win in this market right now because then if you release too much, everyone's like, oh, like it takes away from the value of the coolness of the shoe.
Because it's like everybody.
But
got
then
it.
if you release too little, people complain that, oh, I wasn't able to get this shoe. You know what I
It
mean?
was, yeah, I remember on Full Size Run, was it Key Glock?
Key
He was
Glock,
talking
yeah.
about how he'll stay with shoe for like 5 years.
Yeah.
It was like low key kind of cool because it's
Yeah.
like, because if you wear it like when it comes out, it's like everybody else got it, but like you wear it like wait like 5 years,
Yeah.
and you bring it out brand new,
Yeah.
and it's like damn,
Yeah.
you got this bitches brand new.
Right.
like, yeah.
Even like the ones that at the time weren't like regarded that much.
No, but like even then you just keep it.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I think we need to go back to that as as a sneaker culture
Mhm.
of like valuing shoes like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I like people who actually wear their shoes
Right.
instead of like just trying to restyle.
Yeah.
It's like I get it, you're trying to get your hustle on because you know I'll do the same thing, but like wear your shoes, you know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But damn, we went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I'm not as much into sneakers as you guys, so I just
Yeah.
wear a lot.
I'm not even that much into the sneaker thing, but going back to like the Kanye thing and like fashion, like do you guys think he's actually really innovative?
Yeah,
Like
because
in the fashion
if you look at the Yeezys and I guess even some of like the clothing, well maybe not
Yeah.
maybe not as much the clothing, but I feel like the shoes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, he kind of brought back like the bulkiness,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. But okay, hot take. Do you think this is because at least at the beginning, Kanye was a rapper, so the hype for his shoes came because he was a rapper or
Yeah.
because they were cool?
No, it came well, I would say maybe a little bit because it was
Yeah.
cool, but it was mostly like a name thing because that's the
Yeah.
point of like having your own brand. Like if you're famous,
True.
a lot of the attention comes from your
Right.
name. Like that's why like a lot of like Nike they give like damn near every other celebrity their own like
Yeah.
signature shoe.
But-
But then that's actually why Kanye had a lot of problems with like Nike, because the thing is like yeah they gave the celebrities all their shoes or whatever, but like at least according to what Kanye was saying, like they didn't give him as much like creative control and he wanted to
Yeah.
actually like come up with his own design. But then Nike
Right.
was just like nah, you're gonna have this design and we'll just slap your name on it.
See, I didn't know that, and that
Yeah.
kind of makes sense why Kanye would lead to Adidas because I'm guessing Adidas was like yeah do your thing.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like.
I'd imagine he also has like a design team or something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
I'd imagine he kind of has like final say.
Yeah. It's just like he's like Jordan Brand to Adidas.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like he just has his own thing. You know what I mean? Like has Adidas like behind it.
But it's his own brand.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Like Nike has a bunch like you have
Yeah.
the LeBron brand too.
Yeah.
They had
right.
Kobe for a while already.
Yeah.
These are hurting my eyes now. Like,
I think
take them off.
I think Kanye, in the fashion sense, is definitely innovative, but also he's allowed. I feel like part of it is also he's like allowed to be in these spaces because of his name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily make him innovative. I think in some ways, like with his shoes, he's definitely innovative. But with his clothes stuff, I don't know.
I don't
You
know.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
It's just plain and it's just a color.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
For the most part. I mean, I'm also not very like into his like,
Yeah.
fashion side of
Yeah,
things, or like the clothing side of the thing. I
Right,
should say.
right. But I do like what he's doing with Gap, though. I think I do like what he's doing with Gap, and like he's trying to bring it back. You know what I mean? And also,
It's like the blue jacket that he's been wearing, like you see like some pictures of him with that
Right.
Gap jacket.
right? Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I like that because I feel like Gap has gotten like so much hate for no reason. Not hate, but like
He like just got out of the public's eye.
Yeah.
People kind of forgot about them.
Yeah.
But like Gap has always had some nice stuff.
Yeah,
Like
right,
they're not like the
right.
coolest place or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But like they got some nice stuff.
right. Like if you need something, you know, basic,
Yeah,
you got it.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? And it's cool. You know, so.
Yeah.
Like I'm interested to see like where Kanye takes it with that because like he was talking about in the interview like how he's able to be with like the execs and stuff like that, like you know what I mean. So
And I think it's kind of cool because like it's very well known that Kanye used to work at the Gap. Like he's talking
Yeah,
about it a lot.
yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Like I always say, everything comes full circle.
yeah.
And I think it's kind of cool that like he went back there. You know?
Right. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I don't got anything else to talk about the Kanye interview. I don't know about you.
I was just gonna mention like one more thing about like how it kind of comes off as like elaborating on like the whole part of him like coming off really like kind of two-faced during this interview.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's bipolar. Guys, you shouldn't joke about mental health. Gosh. I'm sorry, audience. Continue.
But it's like going back to like the Talib Kweli thing. It's like Talib, he made like a post kind of like explaining like what Kanye tells him in private versus like what he says in the interview.
Yeah.
And it's like he said like he told me in private that he has a severe drinking problem and that he even tried to get me to not drink. So then it's interesting that he's on like drink champs. And then also he said I don't support. He told him in private that I do not support Trump anymore, and I only supported Trump because Rick Rubin told me to. But then in this interview, he's like, I got the Democrats control.
And I also think it's funny in the original Life of the Party with Andre 3000.
Yeah.
He says, "Mom, I got the redhead. Your son got the redhead."
Yeah, which that's so crazy because his mom was like a professor, very well like read within like black like literature and stuff like that. So it's like she definitely would not be fucking with that.
Right. I like how. Sorry, off topic on that, but I like how Nori,
Yeah.
he was like asking him like the rappers like which one would he pick.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a big Nas fan.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I would really like to know about Kanye. Like, what music does this man listen to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we don't know too much about that. You know?
Yeah. I feel like he used to talk about that like
Yeah.
in the beginning, like you can find some things, but like as like we get into like the quote unquote new Kanye, every interview he doesn't really talk about music. He just talks about random shit.
Yeah.
I wish like somebody, because he was, I don't know if he talks about it in the second interview, but like the science of music. It's like
Nah, they didn't really get to it.
Nah.
I wish they did
He
though.
talked about it a little bit. He was like the 808 kind of like alliance of like
Yeah, a little bit, but it was like they were always like, oh, we'll get to it later, and then
Yeah.
the second part they were too.
focused on trying to get some crazy shit.
Yeah, and also they were too drunk.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Dude, like the second part, like I watched the second part, and for like most of it, like everyone was talking like more slurish. Like they
Yeah,
weren't like
yeah.
completely drunk.
But he definitely got a little tipsy.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
see it, but even
yeah.
at the end of the first one,
Even at the end of
when
the
he
first
started,
one,
you can
yeah.
kind of see, like, you know, it
Yeah.
reminded me of the Alex Jones interview, where,
Right.
like, you can kind of start to see it.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, another thing that really annoyed me about the interview, not the fact that they brought out Larry Hoover Jr. I like that, but the fact that like Kanye was like directing him what to say, or he was trying to show like, yeah, I did this. You know what I mean? Like I put him on my album. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't really like that. Like he was trying to get clout points off like
Doing that?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because he was like, yeah, Larry, tell him what I did. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I was just like, come on, Kanye. Like, all right, man. Like, we get it. Like, you're trying to get Larry Hoover out. You know what I mean? Which is great, but it's like he was like trying to get more out of it. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you remember, Nore asked him about the Soulja Boy thing, about how he got
that was hilarious. That's hilarious. And Soulja Boy's verse was trash. That's also another example of Kanye being two-faced.
Yeah.
Because like Soulja Boy said that Kanye texted him, man, that verse was so hard, man.
Yeah.
And then he just ended up
posted
never
the
putting it
screenshot.
on the
He was
album.
like, yeah.
And then in this interview, Kanye's like, you wanna hear that verse?
Yeah. But then Kanye or Soulja Boy also later posted a screenshot of because Kanye texted him saying like, I'm sorry, like I should have told you I didn't like the verse, and then Soulja Boy's like, that's all I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, is that really such a bad thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like,
Dude, it was also really funny how like in one part of the interview he was like, yeah, you know, I got a lot of GD friends, and then like in the other part he was like, but no, I don't claim GD. It was like very little tech-ass, you know, like.
Yeah, that was interesting. He talked about it in good convincing.
Sort of, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like this also is like an interesting thing because, like, you know, in like you know, the part where he was distancing himself from backpack rap, he was like, you know, due to the fact that I am from the streets, but I didn't kill anyone, I just decided to go as a backpacker. But it's like, Kanye, yeah, he lived in like the south side of Chicago for a little bit of his life.
Yeah.
But like he went to like middle school or high school in the suburbs. So it's like I don't know where you're at with that. Yeah. So
Alright. I think that's about
Good
it.
place to wrap it?
yeah.
Alright, yeah,
I'm not a
come.
rapper, though.
Alright, this is like the seventh or what?
Did you say we were gonna talk about the Astro thing?
Oh yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
Alright, now let me take over real quick.
Okay.
Number one Travis Scott fan. No, but in all seriousness, hold
I
on.
don't know if you want to claim that now.
Alright, hold on. Now you can attest to this. Am I a big Travis Scott fan? Yes. But do I like dick ride him? Like nah. Because like I like his music. I like his music, but I'm never like, oh my god, Travis Scott. Like,
I mean, you have phases.
but to this day, Rodeo's like one of my favorite albums. Besides the point. Okay, let's talk about the concert thing. First of all, now, when you're at a concert, by all means, go crazy, go stupid, go fucking ham, dance around, jump around, be fucking crazy. But when you're jumping and going crazy, literally on top of somebody, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, help them up. Like you're at a concert, like, have your fun, get fucked up. Like, go for it.
Yeah.
But like you're literally trampling over people, and that's where I'm like, I don't understand.
Right.
Like I just don't get it. And there was a video of like a woman. She climbs up the ladder, and there's like a dude like with the camera, and she's literally yelling to him like, "Somebody is dead! Stop the show!" And the guys just keep filming.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Like, do you think the blame on Travis is valid?
Yes.
Or how valid it? I don't
think it's as valid as like Twitter or like people are kind of making it seem.
Yeah.
Where like, because apparently like there were some people that he could actually see, and if I don't know if that's true, and if that's true, then yeah, some of the blame goes on to him 100%.
Yeah.
But like, how much could you see in like a fucking mosh pit of like 1,000 people? I don't know.
True.
And apparently I saw on Twitter that in like the terms and conditions or like some legal shit is that legally or like apparently the only people who had power to stop the show was like the producers or something like that.
Oh, really?
So because of that, maybe none of the legal like legally none of the blame can actually be put on him for not stopping the show. I don't know how true that is. I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just like kind of weird because it's like, you know, you see this like, there is one thing that's like clear. We don't know if Travis, like all the reports say Travis was like unaware that like people were dying. And like I don't think Travis like actively like wants people to die.
No.
But he wants people to be
Like go wrecking crazy. Yeah.
The thing is though, there has to be a limit because it's like, you know, he did. This is proving he did see the ambulance in the crowd.
Oh.
He like stopped the show.
Oh, okay.
And then he was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then like it stops for like a minute or something, and then the show goes back for like 30-ish more minutes. And it's like, bro, you see the ambulance in your crowd, you should just stop. Like, you need to continue.
There's a video of Lil Pump at a festival, and he sees somebody in the crowd like, having a seizure and stops the whole show, makes sure he gets his help, goes to the back. Once the medical team like tells him like this guy's gonna be alright, then he goes back and is like, hey, if y'all fucked up on some drugs, drink some water, please. We're gonna start handing out water. And I never thought I'd see the day where like Lil Pump is like,
socially conscious.
no, not even that, but Lil Pump is like the standard.
I think it's not like a socially conscious.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like the standard of being a good, decent human being.
Yeah, I feel like now every big concert is being put under a microscope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They did it at the Playboy concert, the Little Uzi concert. So many concerts now are like, I see on Instagram like are being reported like, oh, like they stopped the show, they didn't stop the show, like it's like.
But apparently this isn't even like a new thing.
Yeah.
Because like I remember somebody, you guys know like the video DMX and like put a Woodstock.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
But apparently people died at that festival too.
Oh, really?
And apparently what I didn't know, which is really fucked up, is people got raped.
Wow.
Which I'm like, how? And you're in a crowd and you see somebody obviously struggling, you're just like, DMX,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's it's like also it's like you with so many people like the one at Woodstock and Astro World too. It's like 14K people, bro. Like people like at any festival are gonna find a way to sneak in drugs, alcohol, whatever. You know what I mean?
I understand that.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, especially with the Woodstock one, is like, yeah, I get it. You know, stop, drop, you know, it's fire. But if you see somebody getting raped, what the fuck?
Right.
And if you see somebody literally getting trampled, or you're trampling on somebody, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like I'm supporting your thing, like.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, how could you blame Travis for that? You know what I mean? Like, he's not in control of 14,000 people. You know what I mean?
You could blame him for like letting that many people into the concert in the first place.
Well, the thing is,
you know, first off, like the venue, like
it was outside, no?
Yeah, it was outside. But the thing is, you know, there's a thing called like crowd crush, which like I'm like if I remember like correctly, like pretty much what it is like, you know, if there's so many people like squeezed in together in a crowd in a tight space, and everybody is like rushing towards the front. It creates a situation where the people towards the front are gonna end up getting like crushed and like suffocated. And like once you're in like that many people in like one space, like people don't got room to like move. Like people are just suffocated. You don't control like your own movements. You have to move with the crowd, or else you're dead. So like the thing is, that can be avoided by having, you know, a small enough crowd or a crowd number appropriate for the space. You know, like where people are able to like move.
Well, I mean, it was outside, and there was like a specific number of tickets sold.
Yeah,
so
but the
like
thing
that.
There was also people who snuck in.
Probably,
snuck in, and then also like the amount of tickets though. Like I don't remember the exact numbers, but like I read somewhere that like they sold more tickets than like the venue can like handle.
Oh, I know that.
Like,
also, I think he tweeted that people should sneak in.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think I saw that.
He did.
I don't know.
He deleted that tweet like as soon as the whole thing happened.
Here's the thing, is that could be fake though, because let's be honest, it's really easy to fake tweets.
Yeah, right.
And I don't think he would have told people to sneak into his festival. But who knows, maybe he did do that, I don't know.
Travis is just like wild, like that's the thing, he's like very reckless. Like there's been another concert he did, I think, like during like you know, this tour he had like around when Astro came out, where like there's a kid like hanging off like the balcony, right? And like Travis basically just like told him like, "You gonna do it? You gonna do it?"
Oh.
And
the guy got like paralyzed.
Seriously?
Because the guy like jumped.
Oh my god.
It's like, you know, obviously, like, you know, all of the blame can't go on Travis, but a significant amount I feel like can. And even with this situation, it's like, there's the blame needs to go on like so many levels. It's like Travis, but then also Live Nation, and they should get like I feel like the majority of the blame, because, you know, they are like the people who are like, you know, with the big money kind of making sure everything is like facilitated. And then also, like, you know, the city of Houston, the Houston Police Department, all them, for, like, letting this, like, happen. Because I know, like, the Houston Police Department, they're like, we trust Travis. And it's like, we're gonna let this go smoothly. It's like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, this type of stuff happens, like, at every concert. You know what I mean?
I mean,
well, not people dying.
Not people dying,
but like people
like,
going crazy. Like that's
crazy,
fine
you know?
with me.
Yeah.
You're getting
Yeah,
like having fun.
Right.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't know, man.
people just don't need to die.
Like, this whole situation just ruined, like, the whole vibe. Not ruined, but I don't know how to explain it.
I think I get what you're trying to say. Is that now I feel like concerts are gonna be like, everybody, you know, dance carefully, and all that shit. But
but then shit still happens. You know what I mean? It's like,
did you all hear about like the IDK, like he did a concert like right after like, you know, the whole Travis thing happened, and then he had the whole PSA was like, you know, we're here to get lit, but we're here to like take care of each other. So.
Right. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Like that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
So I'm not saying it isn't.
Yeah. I'm not saying it isn't. But now it's like I don't like how rappers and like people who are doing concerts, like the artists, are being judged now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If something does happen, like, yes, part of it is on the artist, but now every single concert is being put under a microscope. When before Travis, this stuff was happening already. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, sometimes it's unavoidable because people take drugs and like they have seizures and all this other
Apparently,
shit.
people were sticking people in needles.
Yeah.
I
Like,
heard actually the needle thing. I heard that was like disproven.
Oh, okay, that's good.
That was what?
It was
disproven.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah.
Also, this is completely off topic, but we're in the study room at our college, and the study room across, like, they have like motion detector lights, and I just thought it was really funny that right now I just saw those motherfuckers running in a circle trying to get the lights to turn on. But it didn't work, so then they had to manually turn it on. I know it's off topic, but if you guys saw it, like, she was literally running around like fucking like a plane. You know, see, we have high budget here. We got lights that work.
I already know. Did you hear about like people trying to say like, this is the Illuminati, like this is
like the devil's work or shit. Yeah. Like people, I mean, it started turning into a meme, but some people were actually taking it serious. Like the shit that he has at his concerts represents the devil and like blah 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 and like the fire and all that other shit.
Fire just for get lit.
Yeah.
That's what he says. It's lit. Like it's like half of his ad-libs.
Yeah. So
I saw like people are also like, oh, the gaping Travis Scott head represents like the gaping jaws of hell.
Could also be the entrance to Astro World, but what the fuck do I know?
Dude, the memes are so funny, especially the ones between him and Kylie.
Oh
my god.
Get your purse out.
Yeah, the fucked up ones is the like when your mom tells you to toss the chicken, you're like, ah.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet tweet, like, did you guys watch the video of his Instagram story?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I saw one that said Travis Scott sounds like when I'm trying to be fake sick to call off of work. And I was like, no. I was like, that's kind of true.
God, dude.
Yeah.
What was worse, the Travis Scott apology or the Kyle Rittenhour cry?
Definitely that crying shit. Oh man, do you see his fake cry, Kyle?
Rittenhouse?
Rittenhouse.
Yeah,
Fuck that
Fuck that
guy.
guy.
You're not gonna get your name right,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah. Did you go here like just today?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, like,
So
as things were looking up,
Nah, I knew
shit
things. I
going
knew
down,
all
bro,
that.
like,
like,
as soon as you see like the amount of bias like that.
yeah, bro.
Like,
Oh my gosh, bro. It's unbelievable, man. It's like, come on.
It's not unbelievable. Let's be honest. I expected this,
Yeah.
but I'm just like, it shouldn't have happened. You know.
it's
Yeah.
like believable, but it's like this is like shouldn't be.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. But I'm just like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I wish he got convicted, but
Right.
like, I'm not surprised.
That one hit kind of close to home because, like,
Kenosha's
Kenosha's like right there,
Yeah.
bro.
And
Yeah.
then like Antioch, like you know.
Yeah.
That's where he's from, bro.
Yeah.
If I can just say one thing, is the guy was from Antioch. You
Yeah.
don't go to Kenosha. Because he was talking about originally, like, or at least I don't know what he said in court, but originally when it all happened,
Right.
he was going there to protect and all that shit because of all the riots. But you don't go from Antioch to Kenosha with that big ass gun if you're not trying to shoot it.
Yeah. Facts.
I feel like,
You know.
fuck that guy.
But
Fuck
yeah.
him.
But fuck Kenosha too, bro. Fuck Kenosha court system, judge, whatever, bro. It's disappointing, bro. Cause I like Kenosha, bro. I like Kenosha. I like going there. It's a nice
I've never been to
town.
Kenosha.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Not as nice anymore.
Not as nice anymore. Yeah. So, I mean, it's Wisconsin, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
You know, Wisconsin, they have their good places. Although, like,
I thought Kenosha was one of them.
I would say Milwaukee, underrated city.
Yeah.
Facts,
Yeah,
facts,
facts.
Even
yeah.
though, you know, okay, the thing is Milwaukee in terms of like, you know, inequality and like, you know, like quality of life for like the poor people there is pretty
Pretty
cheap. They're like
bad,
the
yeah.
most
Yeah,
like
a lot of homeless people in Milwaukee.
Yeah. But then like, I don't know, I feel like the way Milwaukee is designed is almost kind of like being Chicago. I mean, in like a fucked up way, like Milwaukee and Chicago have that in common. Where it's like it's just like, you know, the inequality.
Right,
But like,
right.
yeah. I mean
Yeah. Anything past Milwaukee, though.
Dip,
Yeah.
cows, and tractors.
and like Madison too, you think that place is good, but like they're racist as fuck. I had like some like family friends that used to live in like kind of like a suburb that like borders Madison.
Yeah.
And like they were like the only black family in the neighborhood.
Oh,
and
wow.
they got like racial slurs painted, like spray painted on their front lawn.
What?
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah.
So
That's
now they live in Atlanta. But it's like yeah, they have to leave because of that. Like,
Yeah, that's bro. That's messed up, man.
Yeah.
That's messed up. Well.
What a negative way to end a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we want to? Do we want to have something
Positive story? Is there any positive stories?
I think good of a presentation.
There you go.
Green Bay has a good defense. Speaking of Wisconsin. Never thought I'd see the day.
Wolves are still good. Alright, there you go. Positive ending.
Good. Oh, it's still going.